Well, David Skretta joins us on the phone from Olympic Park in London this morning. A little background. David is a 2001 Decorah High School graduate and also a 2005 graduate of Kansas State University with a degree in journalism. Been working for the Associated Press in Kansas City. Before we talk about London endeavors here, David, give us a quick update on what you do on a regular basis for the AP there in Kansas City.
Basically, the AP has a person or sometimes more than one person in each major city responsible for the teams in that area. And I'm in Kansas City, so I'm responsible for the Chiefs and the Royals and the colleges. And we have a Major League Soccer team, and NASCAR comes through a couple times a year. So I'm kind of responsible for all of that.
And when you get down to the AP's coverage of the Olympics, do they send quite a few big market people to an Olympic event like this, or do they kind of pick and choose on who is going to come over across the pond and cover the London Games?
It's a little of both. It's sort of picking and choosing. We have the largest press contingent of anybody in the world here. When you add up writers and photographers and radio people, video people, all the tech people making our equipment work, we probably have close to 200 people on the ground in London. So it's a pretty big operation, but it's certainly an honor to be able to come over and cover it.
No doubt. How long in advance of the games did you get there? Did you have a chance to enjoy any of London before everything started up?
Not really, to be honest, because I had the All-Star game, the Major League Baseball All-Star game in Kansas City. So I had that, and then the week after that, I came over to London. So I got here about 4 days before I really started my assignment, and then it's been nonstop ever since.
So what have you been doing? What was your first assignment there as far as the Olympic Games were concerned?
Well, the way we basically break it down is one person or multiple people, depending on the sport, kind of has that as their beat. And for me, it's cycling, which is something that I've always enjoyed. I did RAGBRAI last year, and I've always enjoyed the sport. So I'm covering cycling for the duration. So anytime there's a race, anytime there's a medal to be won, anytime there's a press conference, I'm there. And there's a little bit of free time if you manage your time wisely to go and see some other stuff. So I've had the chance to get in the Olympic Stadium, and I'm actually hoping to be there tonight for Usain Bolt's 200-meter run. And I've seen beach volleyball and a bunch of other stuff too. And if you're willing to sacrifice sleep, you can take in a lot.
Well, that's a part of being in sports media to begin with. I know it is at the small market level. I can't imagine what it is at your level there, David. Obviously, security is a topic of discussion with any Olympics in the post-9/11 world that we live in. Talk about the security for the games there in London. People are there in case something does happen, but people might not notice it as much as, let's say, someone who's never been to a Olympic Games. Just talk about that aspect of it.
You definitely notice it. They don't try to hide it at all, and that's probably a good thing. When you come into the Olympic Park or any venue, there's other venues all over London, you go through security just like you would at the airport. The metal detectors, all your bags are screened, all of that stuff. And then at every site within Olympic Park, there's also security checking things out, and part of it is the private contractor that the organizing committee hired to provide security. Basically, 2 weeks before the game, said we can't provide enough people, so the organizing committee went to the military in Britain and drafted a whole bunch of soldiers to come in. So you see the regular security, you see a lot of military people, and they're here just to do their jobs and to make sure everything's safe. So you kind of put up with the hassle, but after 15 days, it does get a little bit tiring.
David Skretta is on the phone with us from Olympic Park in London, covering the Olympics for the Associated Press. He's a Decorah native, of course, and is working out of the Kansas City office of the Associated Press these days. But David, where can we find your work as far as the Olympics go? Where is it appearing online anywhere or in print anywhere that we can get our hands on?
Sure, absolutely. The Des Moines Register, I know, and the Cedar Rapids Gazette, and most of the big papers in Iowa, I know, subscribe to the AP. To be honest, the best way is just to get on and go to Google News and search for my name or anybody else at the AP. Like I said, we've got this thing covered from A to Z. So just Google search my name and you'll find everything I've been writing.
And are there more cycling events you'll be covering in the next few days?
Yeah, right now I'm outside overlooking the BMX course. We have BMX today. We just finished the track cycling program a couple days ago, and then Saturday and Sunday we'll actually be heading outside of London to a mountain biking venue for the 2 days of mountain biking competition. So we'll be going right up until Sunday, which is the closing ceremony.
Now, they don't have anything akin to Ice Cave Hill in London, England. What are they putting a mountain biking event on? How do they build this?
They've built a course out in a farmstead in Essex, which is just to the east of London, and they've brought in hundreds of tons of gravel and rock, and they've done their best to create a challenging course. It'll be interesting to get out there on Saturday morning and see it.
Are you tempted to try any of this yourself, being a guy that's interested in cycling, you said?
Absolutely. I don't know if I would do BMX. I don't know if you guys have seen BMX. It'll probably be on TV. The medal races are on Friday. It's a kamikaze sport if I've ever seen one. These guys are flying over ramps and side by side. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. I would like to get in the velodrome for the track cycling and try that out. The banking in the corners is like 46 degrees, so you can really get a lot of speed going around there. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
David, thanks for your time this morning. Enjoy the rest of your Olympic Games, and we look forward to seeing you back in town soon, we hope.
All right, take care, guys. Thanks a lot.
No problem. David Skretta covering the Olympics, Decorah native, working for the Associated Press, checking in with us from Olympic Park in London this morning.